You know, the black man loves to scream Willie Lynch. That's his way out of trying to explain why it is that he treats his brother like an enemy, why he kills his brother, why he robs from his brother, why he disrespects his brother, right? Why he has a hate in his heart for his brother. You can walk over in any hood, black neighborhood in America, right? And what you will have is black men giving each other evil looks. The tension is heightened. You go any neighborhood, Brooklyn, Chicago, you know, in any city, New York, Chicago, L.A., right? Small towns. It's like black men are on alert for one another. They're always looking to see, you know, who looking at me. What's that nigga problem? What's good with this dude? You know what I mean? Right? Kill him. Right? That mentality was heightened with the music. It was put out, right, purposely, right, calculating. It was a calculating move to put that music out, to push that mentality out, to set about a destruction or a self-destruction within black America, right? They don't have to worry about Klansmen hanging black men off trees anymore. They set things in motion where they could just do it, you know, they'll have you do it yourself. They know the best way to hypnotize our people is through music. That is the swinging pendulum. That is the swinging watch. The best way to hypnotize our people is through music, right? And the person who can capture our imagination, can capture our listening, right, can capture our attention through music is the one who can feed us messages and thus can control our minds, right? You really think that these people come into the industry today and every time you turn around, you hear the same music over and over again? You ever notice that? Record companies won't sign artists who are speaking about anything of any worth or any value, any black artists, right? They'll sign artists who are speaking about disrespecting women, heightened sexuality, abusive sexuality, right? They'll get black men who are talking about killing other black men, selling dope. Don't you notice all the music is the same? The music they push out, dope boys selling crack, killing niggas. Ain't that the message in the music? That's what they push. So what happens? Why do they push that music? Is it because people want it, or because they create the want in you or the desire in that music for you to want to play that? If you get rid of all the music, right? If you get rid of all the music, any kind of music, and you put out one kind of music, then what's going to happen? People are going to have no choice or feel no other recourse than to buy that music. You can put garbage over music. You can put garbage lyrics over music. You can feed people madness over lyrics. You can feed people murder, murder, kill, kill, right, over music. You can feed people criminal messages over music. Look at you black men today. Y'all locked up in jail, selling drugs, shooting each other, you know, killing each other for insurance money. That's the old scam. And like I said, a lot of you have inherited that submental mentality, that submental way of thinking. A lot of you have inherited it. You came into neighborhoods where you saw white people doing that prior to you getting here. You came amongst people who were doing the same things you was doing, right? And you followed these people's mentality. You followed the submental mindset of these people, right? You're whites. They were doing the same thing, killing each other, right? Selling drugs, doing all that stuff. Everything that the black man is doing today, the white man was doing before. And now the black man, he'll justify that by saying, oh, well, white people do that too, right? That's still that master-slave dynamic in the black man, to want to follow or be the carbon copy of the white man. The black man wants to be a gangster and a thug, even to the point of calling himself after Italian gangsters and thugs and Irish and Jewish gangsters, because he wants to be a carbon copy of the white man. So once he tries to be a carbon copy of the white man, right, all that mentality, that idea of brotherhood goes right out the window. The black man got this mentality like, I don't want to hear that black S-H-I-T. They don't want to hear that, right? They don't want to hear about brotherhood or caring about your brother not hurting each other. To them, that's weak and that's soft, right? They want to hurt and kill each other because that's what's being dictated in them through the music. Murder, murder, kill, kill. And also because you black men are cowards. A lot of you black men are cowards. Straight up, I'm going to just say it. You are too cowardly to take out your anger on the white man, on the Arabs in your neighborhood, on the Asians. You too cowardly to take out your anger on these people. So you take out your anger on the person who you feel is the least threat to you, another black man, so-called black man. You got respect for these people, right, who have no respect for you. You love these people who have no love for you. You black men are cowards because you know these people will get together and they won't be merciful. They will kill you. They will take your life. They won't mess around and play around with you because you know in your black brother, you know that he doesn't have that murderous intent in him. A lot of you black men, y'all don't have that murderous intent in y'all. That's not in you. That's why you black men who adopt that murderous mentality, you turn on your own black brother because 9 times out of 10 you know he's just trying to get through the world, live his life and whatever, and you'll turn on him and attack him because it's easy for you. It appears to be easy. You don't have no respect for him. He's weak to you. He's easy prey for you, right? He's easy prey. Not nobody else though, because you know anybody else not going to care. They're not going to look at you as a brother, see, because in the back of your mind, you know he won't kill you as fast because he thinks of you as a brother, right? But you'll turn around and kill him because your mind has been programmed to be like that. Your mind has been programmed on the sub-mental level to think like that, to kill each other like that, right? Because a lot of you have a lot of pent-up aggression for the white man. You have a lot of not so much where you are facing him, right, and you see the injustice you get every day in the society, but you get mad at the system. You mad because you don't have money. You mad at a lot of things in your neighborhood. So what happens? That stirs a mentality of murder and larceny, mistrust, anger toward this person who looks like you. You want to take from him. You hate him. Now, I want the people to be clear. I'm not saying to go out and hurt anybody of any other race. I'm not saying that. I'm just explaining to you where it comes from, right? In your music, you're programmed. You're programmed purposely to wipe each other out, take each other off the count, as we used to say, to erase each other. You're programmed through the music to erase each other. The goal is to erase you, and you give in to that. You give into that weak-minded message. They can put anything over the beat and tell you all to kill each other, and you'll do it. Right? It's the same way how they do in office buildings where they play nice music. They play what's called elevator music, and they program music through a certain programming system, and they know that the music can calm a person or it can get them hyped up. Right? It hypnotizes you. It captures your imagination. It gets you following the rhythm and following the beat. You listen to any black man walking down the street nowadays, he got his Dre Beats headphones in, right? And what is he listening to? He's listening to a bunch of murder talk, kill, sell dope, dope boys. Notice a lot of that music comes out of the South now. You know, misogynistic sex with the women. That music comes out of the South heavily now. They go to these guys purposely. Why do they go to these guys purposely who for producing this music? Is it because, these Southern guys are so hot, or they got so much to say, or their style is kicking, or that people want to hear that. No, that's not it. That's not why. They go to these guys because they look at the Southern black man as the ignorant one, right? They're not putting out the city or the New York or the West Coast or the East Coast hip hop no more. They go to the South because they look at those black men there as the degenerate or the submental black man. That's how the white man sees you. He knows that the majority, or he considers a lot of you bumpkins, ignorant. That's why he goes there and signs those guys, or he allows these people to make records. Because how do you drag a people down mentally? You take a music that is submental and you pump it out. See, the black men in New York, they got a little bit more intelligence, a little more consciousness. I'm not saying that the black men in New York, don't take me wrong, I'm not saying the black men in New York are any smarter than the brothers in the South. Don't get me wrong. But being that a lot of things tend to happen here that push a liberation mindset here in the cities, black men might be a little bit more careful and cautious about what they say on records, right? With the guys in the South, the brothers in the South, their mind says, I'm trying to get paid, I ain't got nothing, I'm trying to do this, I'm whatever. They don't have that mentality. So they're trying to push that mentality off on the black men in the North. Not saying you black men in the North were any better. Y'all still had that murder, kill thing, but it wasn't as heightened as a lot of these black men in the South. You add that with the mix of the drug game, right, where it was this get rich or die trying, where there was 50 Cent, you see him in the city posing with a gun in his hand, right, aiming it, right, and you can rest assured believe that gun was aimed at other black men, not at the white man or anybody else, because he loved them. He's like they pet. He's like the Negroes. They used to go to Fresh Air Fund and get taken out of the hood for a couple of weeks and run free like animals. That's how they see you. You little to them. You're submental to them. And this is how they treat you. They give you things, creature comforts in this world, in this society, in your hood, right, to get you trapped into that mindset. And y'all fall for it all the time. I felt like doing this broadcast because, I'm doing the State of Mentel's channeling the third eye, channeling the soul of mind through the third eye project tomorrow. And I chose to do this topic because in our encounters, when me and the brothers go out and we get flyers off to other black men, we get this encounter with them like a real angry encounter, hostile. Right? Now, it's true, you go through things in your daily life, that can make you angry, but the hostility is more heightened, right? The hostility is more heightened from one black man to another. There's a mistrust there. There's an anger there, right? Who placed that mistrust and anger there, right? Your music is the number one culprit of this. Don't worry about the Willie Lynch, right? The Willie Lynch has nothing. Like I said, if you want to talk about the Willie Lynch has a lot of it to do in the music. The Willie Lynch, or whichever you're talking about, was transferred into the music. It's funny how a lot of the guys will sit up here and they'll say, oh, Willie Lynch this and Willie Lynch that. But what they don't understand is that the very music they listen to has heightened this message in you. How many people loved Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, right? They built up a picture of black men in the streets hustling, shooting, and killing each other, right? And y'all bought into it, right? You think a record company's going to push somebody like Common? They'll say, oh, nobody want to hear that. It's not that nobody want to hear that. It's that you program people not to want to hear that. You program the black man in this day and time to kill each other. You fed him a submental message because you knew how to get his attention. You knew how to get his attention. right? You knew how to get his attention, so you caught the music. Like I said, if you could take black men who are listening at 1 minute to KRS-One and listening to Boogie Down Productions and and talking about Fight the Power and Public Enemy, 1 minute everybody pumping their fist to that, and everybody's wearing black, red, and green. Then the next minute you can get everybody talking about NWA and F the police and pushing the gang thing, and then everybody's off that, and then they on to that. That's an experiment to show you that black men can be controlled through the music. They can be controlled through the music mentally to destroy each other, because that is what appeals to you. Same way, like I said, they did these experiments all the time where your intelligence agencies and whatnot show you how music can shape the thinking of a people. Music shaped the thinking of the black man, right, for the last 20 years. That's why you've seen the heightened murders and killings of black men, black on black crime, based off of the music. What brought that in the 1990s, right? The gangster rap. That's the culprit. I hear a lot of so-called conscious brothers, they'll sit up here and talk about, oh, yeah, you right, but then they'll still listen to Biggie. They still listening to Tupac. They still listening to Jay-Z, right? They still listen to black men talking about selling drugs. And it's like I said, all the black men say the same thing. Everybody's selling drugs, pushing weight, packing big guns, and this, that, and the third. Everybody doing that. Who are those guns for? Who are those guns for? They're for other black men. Fighting for crumbs. Fighting for drug money. Killing each other. Desensitizing you to that. That's the message. And you black people who have children, you better pay heed to this message that's being said tonight. Why? Because you're sending your children to hip-hop has gotten worse, and you're sending your sons and daughters to school with these remote mind control gangsters, wannabe gangsters, the gang members, the bangers, right? They made the gang culture, the gang life. They made that romanticized, right? Just black men killing black men, right? Putting in work, right? Whose work are they putting in? We're going to take a call. 901, you're on air.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like what you're saying is true about the music and everything, but I feel like not all of it is just the music, because it's like you have to, like, before when you about to kill somebody or, about to pull a gun on somebody, like, you thought that through, like, you really, really, like, thought about it, planning out and all that stuff like that. So I'm not going to say the music, like, got a lot to do with it or whatever, but it's the person, like, what, you know what I'm trying to say?
No.
No.
You're saying that it has to do with the person. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. The person itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, do you agree that a lot of your black men today and your black women are weak-minded?
You have to have a strong mind anyway.
Well, the black man don't have a strong mind. That's the point. That's why he's doing that. Your black men and your gangs who are killing each other. Your black men who are walking around screw-facing each other. You black women who sitting around here laying up with these black men who walking around with their pants down, flaunting this gang culture. And you black women are joining the gangs. Y'all got, not saying you, but they got weak minds too.
Mm-hmm.
And the weak minds and the weak-minded people are the ones who are going to be destroyed. They're going to destroy each other. They're going to cancel each other out by process of elimination.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, you can't blame 50 Cent because 50 Cent had a gun in his hand. saying like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this person because 50 Cent had the gun in his hand. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the whole thing is, why did 50 Cent pose with the gun in his hand? The whole reason why he even got the record contract, the whole reason why he even got signed as an artist is not because his music sound good. It's because he was trying to promote a message. He was being paid to promote a message to the black man and the black woman to have no respect or regard for each other's lives. That's why they gave him the contract. It wasn't because of his music.
Mm-hmm. He purposely sold out to put that music out there because they already knew why they were being signed. They knew it wasn't because of their music. It's because they agreed to be part of promoting the message of your destruction. They agreed. They knew what they were signing on for. They didn't do it because it was entertaining you. Mm-hmm. So you're saying, but these people talking to him in front of him with a piece of paper, saying that, okay, we're gonna sign you, but we want you to be all hard and gangster and all that stuff like that, like to, be an image, that type of image. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Because they know the weak-minded black men and black women are going to follow that image. It's going to drive down your mentality more and more. That's why they sign people like that. That's why I said it's no coincidence that all the music sounds the same. Everything is murder, sex, and drugs. Is it not in the hip hop?
It is.
Okay, you think? Okay, but do you think that's a coincidence, or is that obviously a planned? That's planned to be put out like that?
Yes, I really do think music has changed. Like, it really has changed since like the 90s, until now. It really is a big difference,
Mm-hmm.
But it's like people can't really do nothing about it. If people want to do something about it, they don't even have to stop listening, stop buying music. If they really want to stop it, it makes them like sign different artists. But like if you only just talking about it and not really gonna not make a change or whatever, people need to start protesting and stuff. Take it back like to the 60s and stuff. If they really wanna like to see a big difference, start boycotting these record labels and getting sign other artists. That's what I think. But a lot of people ain't gonna do it. I mean, even though I'm speaking negative, you gotta be positive about it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just speaking reality. That a lot of people not gonna do that because I'm just saying a lot of people not gonna do that. But I'm just being realistic. They not gonna do that. But if they wanna see like a difference, they need to start, doing something with these record labels or something.
Well, it's not the record label's responsibility. Like I said, they cater to the ignorant mentality of the black man and the black woman. That's who they catering to. They not catering to the people that's not going to listen to it. That's why I say, it's always just going to be somebody who's being negative or ignorant and whatnot, who's basically being useless, right? And they're going to buy into that message, and they're going to want to buy that type of music. They want to play that kind of music in the hood, drive through the hood playing that negative music. Because, like I said, those people who vibrate on that way of thinking, like I said, they're going to attract to that. It's easy to program a people whose minds are already messed up, whose minds are already childlike. A lot of you black men and black women today have a childlike mentality. And that's why they put music out like that. That's why, like I said, you can sit up here and listen to a lot of these rappers today, and the lyrics sound childish and kiddie-like, right? So they can program a people who have the mindset of children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
You 23. What city are you in?
I'm in Memphis.
You in Memphis? Okay. You listen to hip hop, right?
Not anymore. I famous myself.
That's good. That's excellent. That's excellent. Mm. It's good that you're listening to a broadcast like this because you're trying to think beyond and think on a higher level, but it's good that you understand what's going on around you. Well, I know a lot of young black men out there listening to that music, and they're being programmed mentally to become killing machines or machines of destruction against each other. They're being programmed like that purposely, right? And that's going to continue,
Yeah.
you know. So until somebody comes and gives something, put something positive in the equation. I mean, you're never going to stop black men from killing each other or, being negative toward each other. That's not going to stop. But at least there can be a intelligent outlet or an intelligent direction in which black men who are not focused on black women who are not focused on that level can go. Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have any other questions or comments?
No, I just wanted to make my little comment. That's
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling in.
Mhm.
All right. Like I said, I found it necessary to do this broadcast. Like I said, I'm not doing it from a preachy or religious standpoint. I'm doing it from an intelligent one, right? Doing it from an intelligent one. I think to myself every time I see this, that ignorant people are supposed to cancel each other out all the time. The ones who are ignorant, the ones who are not going to wake up. I know it's meant to happen, and I said I do my broadcast to the intelligent ones for you to understand what you're seeing here, right? When a people, right, can no longer or can't function in society, when they can't move forward mentally, what's going to happen? They eventually meet at the crossroads and they start to cancel each other out. They start to erase each other, right? They become part of their own destruction. They become the erasers of their own people, the ones who can't move to a different level, the ones who can't think on a higher level. It's good, though, that those of us who are thinking on a higher level, those who are thinking and be above that, those who are not sitting around here with Dre Beats headphones jammed in our ears listening to Biggie and Tupac or whatever the hell, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne or whatever madness is going on, it's good that we're thinking on a higher level. It's good that we're thinking on a higher level and that we're moving beyond that. See, because even a lot of our people who say they're thinking on a higher level, they still caught up in that music. That music still appeals to them. So it still helps to keep you in a submental mindset, even though you might not be out here killing nobody, even though you might not be out here hurting anybody. It comes out in the way you treat your woman, how you interact in life, your lackluster mentality or attitude toward life. All of it plays a part. If it's not destroying you in one set or way of thinking, and then it's destroying you on another level. It's destroying you on another level. It could either be one way or the other. Either you black men are just standing around, like I said, a lot of you saying, "Well, I listen to that music, and and I'm not killing nobody, and I'm not being negative. I work every day, and blah 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 blah." But at the end of the day, you still being a zero in the hood. A lot of you black men, you smoke marijuana, you smoke weed, and whatnot. All you do is just lay around. You feel like because you go to work, you feel like oh, that's all I got to do. Right? You feel like that's all I got to do. You're not out here being a credit to your people. You're not out here trying to raise the intelligence of your people. You're not trying to live your life as an example, as a true role model of excellence and being better for your people. You're not trying to do that. You're trying to sit around here. You just want to do just enough to get by and smoke weed and just chill in the hood and get laid and lay up with shorties. That's all you want to do. And that's another thing that's being programmed in your hip-hop music, to produce zeros, to produce losers, where it's so much so where the black man think that's natural. He think it's natural just to chill, just to be in the hood, just breathing up air and taking up space, eating up food, smoking weed, and laying up and screwing and putting more useless people on the damn planet with his useless black woman. Right? He think that's just life. Right? He think that's life. He think that's normal. The black woman think that's normal. The young black woman think that's normal. Just to be a zero, just to be a loser. Meanwhile, you got other races of people. They going to school. They're becoming educated people. They're becoming intelligent people. They're taking up the technical things. They're becoming the doctors and the lawyers and the teachers and the ones and they becoming the police, the ones that's going to lock you up, the ones that's going to be delivering your baby, the ones that's going to be giving your woman all kind of hormonal shots where your children come out with all kind of defects. The people that are just basically taking care of you like children, servicing you. Why? Because you listening to a music, because you have bred a culture that is a losing culture. You have bred a culture of losers, zeros. The black man is a zero in America. His woman has become a zero. And I'm not talking about the intelligent ones of our people, the ones of our people who are taking up the technical things and who are trying to actually make a difference. But that's not the norm. Unfortunately, that's not the face of quote-unquote black America. That's not the face. The face of black America is Lil Wayne. It's Nicki Minaj. That's how they pushing it. And like I said, for you black men and black women who disagree, that's fine that you disagree. But the youth that are coming up, they have their Dre beats jammed in their ears, and they are ingesting that message, that filth, into their mind, that stupidity into their mind, and it's coming out in them. It's coming out in you because y'all don't stand for nothing. You just all about going to work, coming home, and raising your kids, and you think that's it. That's life. Right? So in a way, you're committing murder too. You're committing genocide on your people too. You everyday Negroes. You're committing genocide on your people. Why? Because you're not helping to foster the intelligence or nurture the intelligence of your people. So you're committing a genocide on your people as well. You ain't too much different than just because you're not up here pulling the trigger, just because you're not up here shooting down your people, you ain't that much different. Right? You got your head buried in the sand. You ain't got a clue on how to raise your children or put them together or make them into a better people. You just out here like whatever, just on some whatever. You don't take an active role in your children's lives. You don't have an active role in your own life. You just out here, like I said, going to work, eating, sleeping, spending your money with the white man and waiting to die. That's all you doing, paying bills and waiting to die. Your cell phone bill, your clothes bill, that's life. That's all it's about. Nothing. Just a bunch of blank people. Blank. And I don't mean blank in a good way. I mean blank in a useless way. Useless. Right? Not in a good way, in a useless way. So like I said, when you got a bunch of useless people, what do? After a while, you get rid of them. You program music for them to start canceling each other, getting rid of each other, killing each other, erasing each other. And they give into it. They want to be part of it. They want to be down because you black men, you black women, you black men think it's cool to be in gangs and killing each other. You think it's cool. Right? You think it's the thing to sell each other, sell dope to each other. Right? Sell drugs in the hood, make a lot of money so you can get a car and you can drive around and play garbage-ass music, right? Ignorant music in the hood, right? So you can get the shorties, right, and impress them. A pocket full of money. Talking about how many niggas you shot in the hood, how many niggas you bodied in the hood. That's your language, right? You know what I call that? That's called penitentiary talk. Because they'll let you kill about a lot of you Negroes that kill each other up in the hood. And they just wait till you get a good body count. You Negroes get a good body count. You get like about 20 bodies under your belt, 30 bodies under your belt. Then they lock you niggas in a cage like monkeys for the rest of your life. That's cool, right? That's cool. You in a cage for the rest of your life, like an animal, right? No respect for one another. You ain't got no respect for his life. You don't think, like, when you take that person's life, hey, you know what? He got a mother, right? He got a mother. How would my mother feel if this cat took my life? I can't kill my brother. You don't think like that nigga ain't my brother. You got more respect for the white man. You got more respect for Ali, the Arab in the store. You got more respect for Hu Xing or Cheng Lu down in the Chinese restaurant. You got more respect for them. And they call you all kind of niggas behind your back while he's taking the money out of your neighborhood. But you love them. You friends with them. You got respect for them. Hell, you want to date one of their daughters. You want to lay up one of their sons. Right? You got respect for them. But for your own people that look like you, you don't got no respect. You simple-minded. Right? You simple-minded. You can't think above the ignorant influence. And the people who can't think above the ignorant influence, they don't need to be here anyway. That's why I said, and it might sound cruel and harsh, but I done lost all feeling for how you black men kill each other in the hood. I don't care. Because y'all don't care. You place other people above yourself. You place the white man above you. You place the Arab, the Chinese, everybody above you. Because it's been programmed in your head to be at the bottom, and you think it's normal. I think it was Carter G. Woodson that said, if you don't have to teach a man how to be second class or go through the back door in life. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said if you program him mentally to be at the bottom, right, then you don't have to tell him to walk in the back door of the house. He'll build a door and walk in it himself. That's a good analogy of the damn black man. You black men, like I said, you think what you're doing is normal. You think what you're doing is normal. Killing each other, disrespecting each other, you think is normal. Because you continue a long line, a long pattern of what the white man started. You continuing it. You picking up where he left off. He don't have to verbally do it no more. You black men will do it for him. You'll kill for him. You'll kill more than the Klan will. You'll kill each other more than the Klan will. You like I said, the only thing that's missing is nooses. You Negroes ain't start hanging each other out of trees. You just shoot each other down. You just stab each other up. You just cut each other in the face with razors. Now, like I said, all that's left is ropes, and you start hanging each other. What makes you any different than the Ku Klux Klan? You ain't no different. I got more respect for them because at least I understand why they doing what they doing. You not they people. I can understand that. But you do that to people that look like you. And then to add insult to injury, you black men and black women only get upset when the white man kills one of you, when he shoots you down, whether he wear a police uniform or beats you to death or whatever he do to you. You understand? You get upset when other races do something to you, but when a black man do it, y'all don't care. That's putting these people on a pedestal again because you're saying that you only think that a black person's life getting taken is only important when it's at the hands of a white man or somebody else. But if it's at your own hands or it's some other black person, oh well, it's just two niggas that killed each other. Oh well, that's that hood stuff, son. That's the hood stuff. That's the hood. You know, they say anything to justify stupidity and ignorance, right? And when you speak up against things like that, oh man, I don't want to hear that. That's the mentality of the black man. This is weak talk right here. This is weak talk. But what you don't realize that the talk you've been doing about killing each other and being in gangs, that's the weak talk. See, because anybody can get up and do that. When you hear a bunch of stupidity and people doing ignorant things and whatnot, like I said, it's easy to follow that because everybody's following that stupidity. But when somebody's speaking opposite that, that's where the strong people stand up. That's where the real people come from. When we're not partaking in that stupidity, that's where the real people come. The real supermen and superwomen who are not engaging in that. The ones who are not being manipulated mentally, the ones who are strong enough mentally to stand up for that and not be sub-mentally manipulated. Because like I said, you black men, the way y'all kill each other, y'all like a bunch of 2013 remote control slaves. Still. Started right back in the plantation when you black men, like I said, you be sitting around on the plantation in the fields and the white man tell you, start fighting each other. They used to do that. They used to tell you, start fighting each other. And he'd tell you, that's how they did with their boxing. They'd tell you, start fighting to the death. They would do that and would tell you black men to start fighting to the death and tell you, oh, well, if you kill him, I'm going to give you a quarter or a shiny quarter or half a dollar, and you can have sex with his woman afterwards or have sex with as many women as you want after you do that. So what happened? And I'll throw you an extra scrap of meat. They would do stuff like that and watch you black men tear each other apart. Right? So that desensitized you. That helped to start in throwing the whole respect thing out of the window. That helped to throw in the whole respect mindset and the mentality out the window for each other. You'll fight at the behest of these people. You'll murder each other at the behest of these people. All they got to do is produce an ignorant product because, like I said, these people, Biggie and all them, they were talking about they wrote the lyrics and whatnot, but hey, they didn't put the music out. They didn't put the music out. They didn't put the budgets up to put the music out. No, the companies did. That was programmed. That was programmed for you black men to do that, for you to disrespect each other. Like I said, it plays on the weakness of your mind. You're vulnerable to submental and subliminal messages, you black men, because you have a childlike mentality now. Even you Negroes who in Hollywood, who think you've accomplished something, who got a little bit of money in your pocket, y'all not that much different. You highfalutin Negroes who got a few $1 million in your pocket, you still got a childlike mentality. You know how you know that? You got a childlike mentality because where you black men starting your own motion picture companies, independent. How many of you black men are doing that? How many of you black men are independently starting your own record corporations or any kind of business? How many independent, really independent black corporations are out there? Right? How many independent black corporations are out there? Right? Obviously, not many, because like I said, if you got time to do that, if you got time to kill each other, if you got time to stand around the hood and listen to ignorant hip-hop, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you if you got time to do that? If you got time to kill each other in the hood? That's saying something. That's saying that there's a people who are lost, a people who are going to mentally die out, a people who are mentally weak, right? You canceling each other out, right? You've been programmed to erase each other because, as I said, when a people can't evolve no further, you start to cancel each other out. That's the natural order of things. That's the natural order of things as dictated by the supreme being who put all of these in existence. All weak things eventually cancel each other out. You black men are weak mentally. That's why you're able to give into the submental influences of the white man who tells you or programs you through the music to kill each other. That you black women are weak because, like I said, y'all have childlike mentalities. That's why you could lay up with men and they can get you pregnant at 14 and 15 years old. You don't know your ass from your elbow. They can sit up here and just give you programs to feed your ignorance. They give you music to feed your ignorance. They do all these things to keep you ignorant. They don't require you to be responsible for what you do. That's why, like, if you notice, you black men could get out here and kill a bunch, and the police will know, you kill a whole bunch of each other off and whatnot, and they'll leave you out in the street. You kill a white man, you touch one of them, you going to jail for a long time. And a lot of you black men, even though you have a childlike and ignorant mentality, you already know that's the reality. That's why you don't lay your hands on nobody else. That's why when that thing happened with Rodney King and you Negroes was tearing up the hood in L.A., you niggas didn't go down to Beverly Hills and tear up nothing. You knew better. You knew better than to stay in your place. You knew better than you just burnt down in your own neighborhood like cowards. You wasn't going to go and raise up to your master, the white man. You go and tear up other people's stores and whatnot, burn down stores, and and make a ruckus in your own neighborhood. But you didn't have enough. You didn't have enough of strength in you to go and do it. You wasn't that mad. You wasn't that mad. You only get mad when it comes time to hurt each other, because you know it's really no consequences to that. You can go and be strong and be big and, be robust to each other. You can beat on each other's chest like King Kong. because you know there's no consequences to that. You can go out here and kill a black man, shoot down black men, and 9 times out of 10, if you kill 2 or 3 black men, you'll do maybe 20 years, 25 years, maybe, at the max. Right? You still relatively can get out. So what does that do? It encourages other black men to kill each other because they know they ain't going to get no time. Some manslaughter, something like that. But you're not going to cross the line. You can get away with that. You can hang the black man on your belt as a badge of honor that you killed another black man. Then you go right back and listen to your ignorant hip-hop. That's why I don't buy into none of this nonsense about these Negroes in the so-called conscious community who sit up here and talking about, oh yeah, Willie Lynch, black on black crime, but then you got a Biggie sound, you got a Biggie CD playing. Talking about all throughout the track, he talking about killing niggas. All throughout the track. No, you're not being programmed. No, you're not being programmed. Right? Why is this man, after he been dead over, 10 years, 10, 15 years now? Why is his music still so popular? Why is his music still so popular? Is it because it was, the beats were good. That's how they get you. The beats are good. And a lot of y'all still remember those beats. And you just happen to, his lyrics are over the beats, so that's what catches you. That's what captures your imagination. That's how they get you. And that submental lyrics, because like I said, Biggie was a smart man, very intelligent. You could tell in his wordplay and his lyrics, he didn't have to talk the way he was talking. He chose to. Or did somebody choose that for him? Did somebody tell him, well, we're not going to sign you if you don't say these things? Right? If you don't promote this message. Because half the stuff he talked about on the record, he never even did. He just was telling stories. And we all know stories captivate people. They captivate people to follow them, the submental and the ignorant people to follow them. It all produced something in you. Like I said, you black men didn't have to be out here killing each other. You didn't have to be out here shooting each other down. It came out in you in other ways. How you treat each other, how you disrespect each other, how you disregard each other, how you treat your woman, how you disrespect your own children by not taking care of them. So that mentality comes out in some way. That's a form of genocide. You don't see it that way. Because if you're not fostering the intelligence of the next generation of people that's coming behind you, if you're not trying to speed up the intelligence or ratify the intelligence of the people, then like I said, you're committing genocide. If it's not a physical genocide, you're creating a mental genocide amongst the people. Every day you black men walk around the hood talking a bunch of stupidity, talking a bunch of ignorance, a bunch of submental nonsense. That's a form of mental genocide. And mental genocide eventually what? Leads to physical genocide. Because if you black men are sitting around here in the hoods of America and you being idle, you just walking around, the day consists of you black men getting up, staring at each other, standing on the damn corner, smoking weed all day, getting drunk, screwing. Pretty soon, what happens? You black men are being idle. What happens? Next thing you know, a fight break out. Next thing you know, guns is pulled. Next thing you know, one of y'all are dead. Why? Because you idle. Because you want to be doing something. You want to be doing some kind of activity. And because you don't want to really challenge yourself mentally, you don't want to be in school trying to be putting that, channeling that energy into becoming doctors and lawyers and scientists, which is not cool, right? You would rather stand on the corner, right? Pitching, selling drugs, smoking weed, standing around being zeros, or going to your regular 9-to-5 job and being nothing, not expecting much out of your life. That's mental genocide, because if you're not thinking, you were put here to think and bring out greater things. If you're not living that out, if you're not producing greater ideas, higher thoughts, then like I said, that's a form of mental genocide. Expect for a physical genocide to follow. Expect for black men in the hood to be shooting each other down. Expect for your sons or your daughters to grow up without you, because you don't give a damn. You got a childlike mentality, right? You don't care. I'm gonna draw a scene for you or a picture in the hood. How many times you see little babies standing by themselves on the street corner while they parents who probably damn near barely out of being teenagers, they parents standing on the street corner talking to some other guy, whatever the case may be, or talking to some girl, and the baby could have walked right in the street. Right? That's a form of genocide. You don't even care about your children, or you black women. Right? You'll let your baby walk in the street by themselves. Don't hold their hand. That's a form of genocide. That's a form of disrespect. It ain't just black on black men killing each other. Like I said, you start early from the womb with your disregard and your neglect for your children. That's the first form of disrespect. That's the first form of genocide. The disrespect you have for your woman and your child. Not taking care of them. Oh no, hip-hop didn't promote that. Remember a nigga named Pliles, whatever the hell his name was? I guess he done played out. He was promoting that ignorant message, talking about being in the street, not taking care of your kids. No, y'all, that message didn't go into you black men's heads. No, he was meant to be. Then you black men say, oh, you're not a role model. Well, they signed you to be a role model. They signed you to be a role model, a negative one. That's the reason why they signed the rappers, to be role models, to be negative role models, to be ignorant, submental clowns that's going to produce more ignorant, submental clowns. You walk over to any of these record companies and you get, like, say, a Lupe Fiasco, right? Who, like, he come out rhyming on a hot beat and he's talking about being a doctor, being an engineer, designing the next craft or building that's going to, or designing the city and whatnot, or designing a craft that's going to take people to another planet and another world, and, you know, dropping mental bombs and whatnot. See if that record get put out. See if that record get put out. It could have a hot beat on it and everything. See if it get put out. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. All right? They're gonna put that music out that keeps the prisons filled up, that keeps you black men putting each other in the morgue, putting each other 6 feet under, right? Because it ensures the powers that be that you black men will not be a threat in the future. You won't be a threat mentally or physically. You will not be a threat. The greatest threat is when you are thinking, when you're not stupid. That's why I said you black men are not a threat. I don't care how much you yell black power and all this other nonsense. You black men are not a threat. You're not. Nobody cares about you. They know you're not going to do anything. They know you reacting off of emotion. They know you just running your mouth talking. They know you black men can't live without your hip-hop, your weed, your liquor, your fat asses. You can't live without that. So stop with this revolution talk. Stop with this. Your hip-hop videos, your fitted Yankee caps, you black men can't live without that. So knock it off. And you'll kill each other to keep that coming. You'll kill each other to keep that coming. You'll sacrifice each other. Like I said, the rappers sacrificed a whole generation for the last 20 years. They bred that mentality in you black men to kill each other. They did it. Stop saying Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch is on a record now, and you black men are issuing it out. You black men are being programmed by it every day. So stop giving me this nonsense about something that happened. Some white man 150 years ago talking about, well, that's Willie Lynch. That's just the popular answer you niggas want to give just so you ain't got to be responsible for what you doing. Knock it off. You don't want to be. It's always somebody on the outside doing something to you. You know what I'm saying? It's never you that's responsible. I'm not saying that they're not doing anything, but like I said, it's ultimately you that decides to follow it. It's ultimately you that decides to be ignorant and follow it, and be an ignorant follower. It's ultimately you that chooses to walk down the street and looking at your brother and ready to blow his brains out or screw facing him. It's ultimately you that chooses to do that. It's ultimately you that chooses to medicate your mind with weed or mollies or whatever the hell they put in the weed that you don't even know what the hell you smoking. Kush, dust, whatever you Negroes smoking that put that mentality in your head. It's always ultimately you. You choose to be like that. You choose to be zeros. But then when somebody try to tell you, right, logically, you sit up here talking, oh, you don't need nobody preaching to me. You don't need nobody preaching to you. You don't need nobody preaching to you. I'm not preaching to you. I'm not here to preach to nobody. I'm here to raise the intelligence of my people. Those are my people who are amongst the ignorant. Because I already know the majority of the people ain't going to listen to this. They somewhere, like I said, the black woman somewhere in the club popping her ass, right? Jumping down poles, walking around, getting up at the club with the tight dress on, smoking weed with her boo, laying up the black man somewhere high out of his damn mind, drunk out of his mind because he don't want to deal with reality. Because he like being medicated, or he got his hands on a gun shooting it off in the hood somewhere. Don't care, no regard for life. Don't care if he sit up here and he kill another, might shoot a baby by accident, or shoot another man or kill somebody by accident. Don't care. Wouldn't think to go and do that in nobody else's neighborhood because you got respect for them. You got respect. Like I said, you got respect for others. You don't think much of yourself. The white man said y'all ain't nothing. And you know what? You bought into that message. He been saying it for so long that you ain't nothing, you ain't nothing, you ain't nothing. And you black men bought into it. You bought into that message. You like Nas said, can you believe when they say we ain't shit? You still can't believe it? He said you ain't shit, and y'all basically bought into it. You saying, well, we ain't shit. That's why we kill each other. We don't think much of each other. We think more of you, master. We think more of you. We won't dare lay our hands on you. No matter what you do to us, no matter what you did, we won't dare lay our hands on you. We'll just kill a nigga in the hood. That's what we'll do when we want to flex our muscles and act like gorillas and act like thugs and gangsters till we sitting up in the penitentiary in a cage for a long time. Right? Hellbound. You are spiritual people, and you've fallen prey to a spiritual rhythm of madness and murder and mayhem. You become slaves to the rhythm. Slaves to the rhythm. We'll be right back. It's no different than black men who helped this society fight to keep them in bondage. You got black men in the music industry. You got black men in the picture industry who want to keep black men in this submental mindset. They know that if they get enough money, when you see your black men dressing like women, right, that all that contributes to devaluing of the so-called black man. Men dressing like women, right? Men who will basically do anything in movies or say anything on music to get paid, right? This image is painted the black man like he ain't worth a damn. So when you see these images, when you see the hustling, sneaky, trying to get over a black man, what happens? Your black woman, she has no respect for you, right? Now, your black brothers, they ain't got no respect for you. Then she sees in movies, she sees the upstanding white man with the suit on, and he clean and whatnot, and he's coming, he's the authority. So you intimidated by that white man in the suit and clean and whatnot. When you see a black man with a suit on, you thinking he either going to church or he going to court. You see a white man with a suit on, like I said, you think, he must be a lawyer or a doctor or he's a businessman. The black man got a suit on, he going to church, he going to court. He got to be special. He got to be, you expect him to be in baseball fitteds and sneakers and things, which you basically see what the rappers promoted. They promoted a childlike image of the black man. And when you have a childlike image, what happens? People don't take you seriously. And if people don't take you seriously, then they don't think nothing about killing you. They don't think nothing about taking your life. You don't think nothing about taking your life. You black men are following the lead of the white man. He don't take you seriously, so you don't take each other seriously. He said, you niggas ain't nothing. And you know what? You look at each other, y'all niggas ain't nothing. I'll kill you like it ain't nothing, nigga. Because that's his mentality when it comes to you. And you want to be like him. Y'all act like him. Your thoughts and your concerns, you're just like him. You like your former slave master, you want to be just like him. You the black carbon copy of the white man. You black women, y'all the black carbon copy of the white woman. That's why you perm your hair. You don't like your own image, the majority of you. Right? A lot of you don't think much about mixing your seed. That's a form of genocide. I said we're going to get on all forms of genocide and why the black man disrespect each other. And the black woman plays a part in that too. She don't think nothing about that. She just reacts. She don't think about what she doing. Hell, the black man don't think about what he doing. Like I said, it's like he's on a remote mind control trip. He's on a remote control trip. He just starts reacting. As soon as that music plays, he just starts reacting. Or that music is playing over in his head, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, bust a nine, whatever y'all say in your music. What you looking at? That tough guy thing just goes or just clicks on in your head. But then when the white man talking to you, got your head down, or all the toughness go out of you. You got respect. You talking with sense. All that cool talk and all that tough talk go out of you. Because you value his image over yours. You don't value your own image. You value anybody else's other than your own image. Hell, the black man can't kill himself, so what does he do? He kills the mirror or the mirror image of himself, his own brother. Because every time a black man is shooting himself down in the hood, shooting another black man down the hood, that represents him shooting himself. That represents him shooting himself down the hood. He can't kill himself, so he kills someone who looks like him, right? Because he ain't got no respect for him. He ain't nothing but a nigga, right? Ain't that's the mentality, right? But then the white man coming around you, y'all don't say nothing to them, won't do nothing to them. I'm not saying go out and do anything to anybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you got more respect for them, right? Because they got respect for themselves. You don't got no respect for yourself. You ain't got no respect for each other. That's why y'all have no problem killing each other or killing yourself. And it's promoted through your music. It's promoted through your music. It's promoted through your imagery. It's promoted through your childlike mentality. Aren't children always at each other's throat, always fighting for stupidity? Aren't children? And doesn't always an adult have to step in and break up the damn fight? Well, who is the adult in this society? It's always the white man. And you black men and women represent the children. When you black women, y'all in court, and your black man, he won't take care of the child you laid up and made with him, what happened? You got to go to court to a white man, and he got to talk, or to some black man or black woman who've been educated in the white man's school, and he got to be the referee, right? And he got to force the black man to take care of his child. That's a form of genocide. They always got to step in and act like the grown-ups, the adult people. They always got to step in and act like people with sense. And you expect that from them. When you see a so-called, quote-unquote, black man coming and speaking like he got sense, oh, what he talking about? But when the white man do it, you sit and you listen. You pay attention when he do it. Like a good bunch of damn remote mind control slaves. Your mind is on a damn timer. And it sets off as soon as you get up in the morning and you go to your job, you smoke your weed, you get whatever you got to do. Your mind is on a damn timer. How ignorant can I act for the rest of the day? What can I do? What can I be negative at? What can I be submental at? And it's normal for you. This is normal for you. This behavior that you exude, black man, is normal for you. How you treat each other in the hood, how you kill each other, how you disrespect each other, right? How you screw face each other, how you always have an angry look on your face. It's programmed in you constantly. How you cut each other up in the face in the hood, stab each other, whatever. No regard. But you won't go outside and do that to nobody else. You're afraid. They only appeal to submental people, weak-minded people. They appeal to those kind of people. And that's what you black men and black women become, submental, weak-minded. Brother called up here going to tell me, oh, well, we know it's messed up and this, that, and the third, and, you keep talking about it and whatnot. Yeah, you got to keep talking about it because that's what y'all doing. What else am I going to talk about when it comes to our people, when it comes to the black race? Other than we talking about getting the hell away from y'all, the intelligent ones of our people. Talking about, because like I said, you could talk to the black man and black woman till you blue in the face. They just not going to get it. They're not meant to. A lot of them are not meant to. I told you this message goes out to the intelligent ones of our people who want to get the hell away from you. The ones who want a better life for their children, who want a good man or good woman in life, brothers who have a brotherly mentality toward each other, who want to foster that into the future. Sisters who want to nurture a sisterhood with another sister into the future, where we are self-respecting, decent, intelligent, forward-thinking people. That's what's going to breed a supreme race of people. Not a bunch of people who sitting up here talking about black this and black that and peace to this and peace to that, and you sitting up here on the back end of it disrespecting each other, saying all kinds of filth and negativity toward each other. That's not going to produce a better race of people. It's not. All it's going to do is keep continuing to produce a stupider race of people, an ignorant race of people, a people who don't have no regard for killing each other, remote control slaves. Like I said, that same mentality, putting you in the yard, right? Think of the ghetto as a yard. Think of the ghetto as a plantation, the back of a plantation. Think of your ghettos in America as the back of the plantations, right? And think about the white man putting you black men up against each other to fight to the death. And then think about music, because they used to do that too. They used to they'd have a black man playing the damn fiddle or one of them playing the fiddle, and they'd be entertained watching you black men tear each other apart, and you'd do it. So fast forward to 2013, put the ignorant-ass hip-hop in there, put you black men in the hood crammed together like roaches, and y'all trying to hustle to survive and just to turn around and give your money to the white man. And he got your cameras, he got his cameras up in your hood watching everything y'all do. He watching y'all fight each other. He watching you shoot at each other, stab each other, busting off guns and whatnot. He can see you do that. He got eyes everywhere. And the lamp post in your hood, he watching you Negroes act like animals. He watching you, and he laughing. It's a joke to him. They watching at the precinct. They laughing at y'all. They got cameras all over the place. That's why if you notice, whenever you black men do something, they catch you in a heartbeat. Why they do that? How they able to catch you? Yeah, somebody usually tell, but 9 times out of 10 they catch you because they got cameras watching every place you run. You know that. They watching you in the hood. They watching you when you in the courtyard, when you out there down south. They got cameras. They watching you in the inner cities. They know who's doing all the crime and things like that, but they leave this nigga out there to kill. They leave the ignorant Negro out there to kill, this savage mentality, because he wants you to get a body count. He wants you to kill up a bunch of niggas, body a bunch of niggas. He wants you to do that. He wants you to do that. So that's 10 niggas under your belt and 10 new niggas he ain't got to worry about in the future. That's what he want. And y'all give into it all the time like a good damn slave. Good rag-wearing slave. Head rag-wearing slave. Right? Man, what are you talking about? A lot of you black men, y'all listen to this and y'all be like, yeah, you know he right, but you just can't stop doing y'all. You just can't break the cycle. You just can't stop killing each other in the hood. You just can't stop screw facing each other. Why? Because you don't want to raise your mentality from that. You don't want to think beyond that. Because in your mind, there's nothing beyond that. There's nothing beyond just being in the hood, busting your gun, and screw facing other black men and walking around acting like an ape. Because in the real world, you don't count for a damn. Because, see, in the real world, you black men, like I said, you kill each other because you're trying to find importance. You feel like being important is being a gangster. You know in the real world, you a zero. You know in the real world, you a zero. In the real world, you serve no purpose. So you'll do that. You'll kill each other with no regard for each other's lives. And y'all need to hear this. The majority of our people need to hear this. The ones of our people who are cognizant and clear thinking, you need to hear this. The ones of our people who are intelligent, who don't like what's going on around you, this message is for you. This message is for you, the bright ones, the superconductors, the super thinkers, the ones who will continue into the future. The rest of you Negroes who not getting this, oh well, just let it fly right by you. Let it go in one ear and right out the other, because there's nothing in between to slow it down. I see you 111. I'm going to take your call. only because it's a slow Saturday night and we got listeners. But if you say something silly, I'm gonna cut you off. So here we go. 111.
Well, how you doing, sir? My name is Michael.
All right.
Great topic. Well, you're on Blog Talk Radio. You open your world. You open your radio station, your voice to the whole world. But you can't expect for people to talk exactly like you want them to talk. Now, if you want me to act and speak the way you want me to speak, I'm gonna have to hang up the phone. But I'm gonna have to speak and just give my opinion and shed some light, and you can hang up on me anytime.
No, brother. Let me say this before you even start. What happens is you called in on 1111, and what happens is people usually have a history of calling on the 111 like that, and they say stupid things or negative things or just like just something ignorant. I don't care, as long as you're not being disrespectful or insulting in any kind of way. If your point is going to be valid in the in this conversation, which is, I don't care what kind of language you use. But go ahead.
Right, yeah, well, the reason why I blocked my number out, because I don't want people to have my number. I had someone call my house before. I never have, well, I'll just go on. But see, the reason why the mentality is, sir, is the terminology that we use. See, we always have people always defining us. I hear people go to college, they read these books of philosophies, and I hear how they talk of people of color. And these people of color, too, and they talk people about their communities, and they always want to read a book or write a book themselves because they got these college degrees and start just describing us in these so many terminologies, and people are just describing people of color and what we're going through the inner cities in our urban areas. All of them, all of us, white people, black people, whatever how you ever want to describe them. I really don't like to use that type of language, but I have to speak people type of language. I want to use black and white. I have to use your language to give a mental picture. But sir, we use terminologies and stuff. We call each other niggers. We call each other Negroes. Black people were disrespected. Our children are looking at us as adults, and we can't talk about these children. Look how the adults act. Look how the society is. Every child that's in the ghetto who strikes and shoots is the society's fault. It's everybody's fault. You can't point it to the white man. You just can't point it to the black man. You can't point it to the mother. You can't point it to the father. It's all our fault. Because once that baby came in, no matter what color they is, it's us adults and the people that was born in this world before them that causes total chaos. We all affect each other, sir. Now, these things about nigger, there's no such thing as nigger. We have to stop calling it. There's no meaning to it. You look at the definition of it, I don't care what they try to use that on us. We have to know that words that have no meaning divides us, and it causes people from killing. You have people in the hood that'll kill somebody because they call them a B word. Or they look at someone, they call them a word, and they get killed. The war on drugs in our community, sir, we can clearly see it, that locking someone up never stopped no one using or selling drugs. The war on drugs has been a total failure. That's a fact, and it's destroying us. That's why you have gangs. If you don't have no money for the gangs to do or operate or cooperate, sir, you're taking the value out of it. They're going to have to do something else. Then you want them to go to school. But if you keep the money aspect out there, they're not going to go to school. They're going to shunt you. Plus, these kids see the contradiction in our society. That don't have nothing to do with race. Our young men are looking to come in our society. They see contradiction in the churches. All religious organ groups have contradictions, sir. They see the contradiction in politics. And it's us as adults with total chaos. And we're talking about our children. And we're always talking about divide. We're worrying about where a man and a woman can get together, and our kids are killing each other. So we've been talking about guns in our community for years. You remember the Saturday night specials? I don't know how old you are, but way back in the day, they were talking about getting rid of Saturday night specials because they're cheap guns. We've been always having a gun problem, sir. It's not the guns. It's the mentality. Guns never kill. We've been having inner-city murders in our cities for 30, 40 years, and now they talking about getting guns because some certain type of groups in a certain type of area got killed on a certain type of day in a certain type of area. Come on. It's chaos. We can clearly see this. Now, I'm just going to say this. We were talking about the Black Negro League. I heard a black person say, well, who stopped the Black Negro League in baseball? We did. group, no other entity stopped the Black Negro League. We wanted to watch a black person beat the white people, and we stopped going to our park so we can watch the black person go against the white. No one stopped us. We could have kept those things together. So we talking about as community. We have to look within ourselves. I have a cousin. He opened up a curry out right next to Korean. They're still going into Koreans because of him. Why? Why are we not supporting each other? Why are we not going to spend that 75, that extra cent? Because they have a monopoly out on hair, on curry outs in our hood. They have a whole monopoly. If we're going to support our black business, we might have to pay 75% more, 75 cents more until he comes up, until we can be able to get our own manufacturing, our own, straight from the manufacturer. They getting their products straight from the manufacturer because they deal with the family. We're going to have to deal with that. So we cannot blame nothing on nobody. But the youngsters, who they have to look up to? The politicians, the preachers, the fathers? What? Who do they have to look up to? The minister? Who? And listen, I have two sons, sir, and I let my sons, and I'll tell you this, and I'll be quiet, and I'll listen to you. I'll tell you this, sir. I tell my sons this. You got to learn about the producer, the consumer, affirmation, and transformation. And you will always have the transformation stage, and you must watch out. These young kids are actually transforming into the rappers and what they say. When anybody produces something, they're affirming who they are. When they affirm who they are, they want to transform you. When you buy it, you're affirming who you are. And you have to watch out for the transformation stage. Because some people can listen to hip-hop, but they don't totally transform into a drug dealer, sir. Okay? Some people can do that. Okay? But you have the majority is totally transformed. If I buy something, they want me to keep on buying it, keep on listening, and I'm transforming it. That goes with anything. That goes for me, that goes for you. But we have to watch in certain areas, or we're going to totally transform our total image into it. And what I just said, that's what needs to be taught into the ghettos, in the communities, and what fathers need to talk about the children. Don't totally transform. We can watch movies and things, but you don't totally imitate on anything, sir. You can't do it, and it's not talking to our kids. And I'm letting you know, any artist, what I just said about the producer and affirmation, you're going to have a transformation. That's why the kids you always hear them sing the words over and over again in their head. It's to transform them. Now they want to say, well, if he sold drugs to be a rapper, maybe if I sell drugs, it's not going to be looked as a bad deed because what I'm listening to and what the whole media and the whole country is saying is okay on BET, what this person is saying out of his mouth, well, my actions, it's okay. They're playing it on BET. So I can do those types of things. So it's a transformation. So I have to tell my sons, I got to give them the wrong facts, but I let you know you do not transform into nobody. I don't care what they say. You can't be totally no one's image. You have to find the world yourself. But I let my sons and my nephews know about the transformation stage. There's a lot of people that work in middle class and they don't sell no drugs and they listen to hip-hop. I'm just saying that because I totally can't take nothing away. I got to be realistic. I can't say totally not what, but I'm going to have to let you know, don't live that life. You can't.
Well, here's the thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
All right, here's the thing. I said earlier that, even though, you have people that are listening to hip-hop and you have people who are not picking up guns and shooting anybody or selling drugs or things like that, do you understand that it is more than just that form of genocide? There's a mental genocide taking place where you can have a son, right, who doesn't know himself or is not a fully developed person mentally. You haven't produced anything in him to be a fully developed person. So when that image comes out, when that music comes out, that image or that music is going to, like you say, transform him. It's going to turn him into something else because he was never a complete person mentally. Now, why is that lacking, us producing complete people who are mentally thinking or who are thinking on another level, is because that hip-hop, again, goes into that. What it does in a whole is dumb down our people. It dumbs down the people a mental. It dumbs down the people mentally from having or using their mind to think beyond their situation. Like, for example, our people could be doing a whole lot more than just going to work 9 to 5 or just sitting around the hood. And even though you might not be killing nobody or selling no drugs to nobody, just the fact that our people are not doing anything above and beyond as a people what they should be doing to produce complete or formulated mindset in these in this next generation, that leaves room for these rappers with this negative mess to come in here and transform them into something negative. Like I said, it creates a whole genocide across the board. The black man who's sitting around here, the young black man who's sitting around here not taking care of his children, making babies all over the hood. That's promoted in hip-hop. That's promoted in hip-hop.
Right, this is not. I tell anybody these two facts. If a baby does not know who their father is, it's 100% the woman's fault. If a man does not take care of his child, it's 100% his fault. That's a fact. Don't even if we talk about, well, when I go over to see my child, she doesn't do that. No, I'm letting you know, if the man's not in jail, if he's not dead, if you're not in your child's life, it's 100% your fault. That's it. That's a fact.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you have this music, you have this mentality, nursing this and whatnot. You have black men, like I said, when you have two generations of black men, like right now, like I'm 42 years old, all right, and hip hop came around and like when I was in my teens, right?
Well,
you have two generations. Like I'm old enough to have a son in his 20s, right? Now you have two generations of children being raised up on this kind of music. There's no divide. So what happens? You have a man and his son. They on the same mind frame, or the same wavelength mentally, and that's not supposed to be. There's supposed to be a divide. In other words, how old are you?
For me, I'm 38. I'll be 39 this year.
Okay. Now, my father, he listened to Motown, right? My father in his 60s, he listened to Motown, right? And he said his father listened to something totally different. There's supposed to be a thing where a father is supposed to be, you're not supposed to be your son's homeboy. You're supposed to be his father. You're not his homeboy, all right? And that's what happens. And that's what happened in hip-hop, where you reared up a bunch of young men who having babies and whatnot, who have childlike mentalities themselves, right? And they're not raising up their children, right, and creating full-thinking people, because they're not full-thinking people. So, like I said, that's a form of mental genocide when you're not able to produce a full-thinking person. Therefore, you leave room for this ignorant hip-hop to come out. Next thing you know, father and son sitting up here ignorant listening to that, and they're doing nothing.
Well, see, I'm not going to. I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to disagree or nothing. I'm not trying to disagree with you, but I'm just going to speak the facts, right? I cannot stop no one from making music. I'll be realistic. When my sons get older, I can't stop them for listening to the music. The only thing that I can do is totally speak facts and be real to my sons. That's the only thing. If I know your sons are hearing music, and you as a father knows and you can hear the words, and if you know the slang, because like when me and you, our coach our age, me and you could not listen to hip hop for 10 years, but I guarantee you, if we listen to it, we know the slang. We know when they say like boy and girl, we know they talking about selling cocaine and all that type of stuff. We all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, we know this. Now, if us, let's say, because it's a situation where guys like we don't listen to it, where we're not with the baby mom. Let's just say any situation where you're not around, but you have time with your kids, a father, right? And if you know this, you sit down and you talk to them about what they're hearing. You do not shun them. You do not say, well, listen, you know your child is hearing these topics. You know that your child may know the slang because they may be around kids in their high school, their middle school. You're not around your children all day. You have to sit down and say, since I know for a fact, actuality, we can see that they're hearing these things, I'm going to sit and I'm going to talk and be open and say, okay, let's talk about that subject. Let's talk about that transformation stage. What are you singing? What's going on? Now, I'm going to say stop. No, show you can't do it. I can't be it all around them. I have to be realistic. Simple as that. Because, excuse me?
Well, what you're saying, that is good. In fact, sitting down and speaking to your child, you might be, that's not the reality in the black communities. Black men are not sitting down with their sons or sitting down with their daughters talking to them about this. They're not breeding advanced way of thinking in their children in order for them to stop moving on this sub-mental way of thinking of killing each other and disrespecting each other. That's not happening. If more fathers talk to their sons, if more fathers was home, if more of these kids knew who their fathers was, or their fathers wasn't acting like them, then wasn't trying to act like them and be the same age as them, who haven't grown up mentally, then we probably wouldn't have these problems. Did you see something on YouTube? And I like this. Where it was a young kid who was on there, and he was talking about the gang stuff. The kid had to be like 15, 16 years old, and his uncle came on YouTube and whipped his ass and videotaped it. And he said, we ain't about that gang stuff. We ain't about that. Now, I like that. That needs to start happening more. You understand? Where we have to bring back that punishment and things like that, because, see, when we don't take the time out to punish our children to take an active role in their life, then the white man ends up punishing them later in prison, in the penal system.
Well, it's already set up, because they forecasting that a lot of young boys are going to go to jail anytime they say that I have a jail, and states you have to promise that it's going to fill up to 90% capacity. You know, a jail is like a business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody, but see, one thing that you can't do, one thing of kids are very smart, they know contradictions. And when someone sees contradictions, it's chaos and confusion. And us as adults, they see the contradictions in us. That's why we don't sometimes want to be real with them. See, I'm going to say this. See, a lot of things in life, sir, it doesn't take a long time. And one thing my mistakes is sometimes I wait a little later, because we go on society way of how we should talk to kids about real life. I asked a person a question. I said, what question could a child ask you that you didn't introduce about the world that you would have to put off into later years? If a child just come out of nowhere and just ask you a question, what question would you have to put off? There's none. And what I'm saying is there's a lot of things that we can teach our children about life, and a lot of subjects that we could teach the kids about life that don't have to wait until they're 13, 14 years old. There's a lot of things that we can talk to them that they're going to see, that we can talk to them about life, about reality. It's not we sometimes us as adults, we say, well, we put things back into we wait until later years about what? What question could a child ask you that you're going to put? For instance, someone says, well, my child was watching this ᴅɪsRᴇsᴘᴇᴄᴛ commercial, and he heard it say a thing about an erection. A 10-year-old child asked the parent, what is an erection? Because he heard it on the commercial about an erection. Are you going to stop and say you're going to wait till later about an erection? What are you going to talk about? Are you going to put things in life? What about pain and pleasure in life?
I'm gonna explain. I would explain that.
What about bullying? What about are you going to teach them that what about this word snitching? Like words like this to destroy our community. Snitching. Listen, a thug will have a son, and that thug's son will be getting bullied each and every day. And that bully said, you better not snitch on me and go and tell your father that I'm beating from you. Now that thug see his boy come home with his head all busted up, and the thug said, what happened to you? The boy said, no, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to be a snitch. He said, what's going on with you? He said, I don't want to be a snitch. The thug was going to say, hold up. If someone hits you and you tell me you're not snitching on them, do you see how that word, but I'm letting you know, that child is stuck by that word snitching. Snitching really doesn't have any meaning, sir. It doesn't. It has no clear picture. People use the word snitching if someone killed your brother. I've always thought snitching is that if me and you try to do a crime together, you get caught, right? And no, I get caught, and then to get out of my high, I go tell on you. Well, man, you was in cahoots. That's what I thought. Then someone says snitching is when you say something, when you tell somebody they did something in jail. Then snitching is when a bully say when they take a candy, you better not snitch on them. And the snitching look, there's no clear picture, and that's stuck. You tell your kids is when something happened and you feel in your heart that you should do something, you should do it. That's the bottom line. Do you understand what I'm saying? Our kids don't even know what that word means. They won't even come and tell you because they're thinking they're doing the wrong thing just by that word. Those vocabulary stuck. And that word has totally destroyed our community because we have no clear picture. Kids don't know what to do. People don't know what to do when things happen in their community. It's gone down drain because our mentalities, because we put so many words, like the word nigga, it has no meaning. I don't even get word. If a white person called me nigga, sir, I'm sorry, I will not get mad because I know he has fear in me. I know I'm doing something right. You can't describe me. And I'm letting you, some of these kids need to know, get away from that. We need to start from now and move on to the future.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I'm telling you, it's psychological or what was going on, and it's a psychological thing, sir. And we got to teach them about that transformation because we can't stop rappers from rapping. But we know that those rappers want transformation so they can keep buying the albums. We know that, and they won't admit it. But every producer knows that they want a transformation. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to be quiet because I'm not trying. If I sell lemonade, sir, I'm producing that lemonade. I'm affirming that I like to sell lemonade. When you buy it, you're affirming who you are, and I want you to transform so you can keep on buying it from you. I want a transformation anytime I produce something. I'll challenge any rapper, any hip-hopper on that. You're transforming. It's the bottom line. But us as parents have to teach them that. Watch out for the transformation stage. You don't have to be that fucking image.
Thank you, brother.
Man. All right, man. I ain't mean to take it up, man.
That. Thank you, brother.
All right, man.
Peace. Okay. We're going to play a little bit of music. We'll be right back. Got 19 minutes left. The reason why black people, black men, kill each other and disrespect each other is because you have adopted a human mentality. You have adopted a human nature. What do I mean by that? Your humans, as I said, those of you listening to this broadcast are your Caucasians, your East Indians, and your Asians. And they have a history of murdering each other. They have a history of violence. And you are not, by nature, human beings. You are another species. You are almond beings pretending to be human beings, right? We are a totally different species of people who work on logic, not on emotion, but we've been taught to work on logic and go on an animal instinct. Submental, a human nature. A human nature has been adopted by our people because even your scientists say your humans are animals by nature, are a form of animals, and that's what you black men have been acting like in the hoods. You've been following the gangsters and the white gangsters and stuff and shooting each other. You want to be like these people, so what are you doing? You're adopting a human mentality. You're not having a supreme mentality, an almond-like nature, what we call, or what people will say, a God-like mentality. You have a human mentality. That's the problem. You're following the human race, and your human race act like animals. They kill for illogical reasons, stupid reasons, commit murders, disrespect each other, violate each other. Look at what you're doing, tattooing yourself up, smoking weed, dropping mollies. That's all human nature. That's all human behavior, submental behavior. I'm going to take a last call. We got 13 minutes. 408. 408. 408, join in. Okay. Yeah. 408?
Yeah, 480, this me.
Yeah, 480. I'm sorry, 480.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just listening to you. I agree with you on the whole black on black crime and killing, because back at home where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, I had to separate myself too, because like one day I just at the store with my uncle, you know what I'm saying, and my uncle, he was, even though he was on drugs and everything, you know what I'm saying, I was doing some work with him, keeping him, but, you know what I'm saying, it's also a lot of killing going on because of the girls, like the sisters, they say dumb things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at the gas station with him, and I ain't know nothing about his house just getting robbed and then my cousin was like, it was probably my cousin and Momo. That's the name my uncle went by, and you know he was good for that. You know what I'm saying? But I won't with him for that reason because he my uncle. Oh, dude, next thing you know, I get a phone call. My cousin got this dude on three-way. He didn't know I was on the phone. She called him, she called me on three-way, then called him. He talking about he gonna shoot me in my face next time he see me, this and that. Ain't even ask me no questions, no logic at all, just going off. I don't even know where the dude lives. Just ready to just threaten me. You know what I'm saying? So, but then, you know, I was heated at the moment. I was thinking the same way. I was like, well, I gotta get him before he get me. But then, you know, he found out that who really done it and apologized and all that. But like 2 months later, he ended up getting shot in the head. So you know what I'm saying? Because he was selling drugs, but it just shows you like I ain't like, you know what I'm saying? He brought that on himself, like, and I felt sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? But he had threatened me. Then what he threatened to do to me ended up happening to him. You know what I'm saying? All because, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really feel sorry for him. I felt sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you know, he brought that upon himself because ain't no telling who else he threatened. He ain't asked me no questions at all. Just ready to take me out. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know me. Yeah. So like, and this was the girl who said it. This was my cousin, and that goes to show you that these girls. I don't know if she was trying to impress him or that or whatever, because he had a car with big rims on and all this. But that goes to show you, like, I had to I separated myself from even some of my family. Like, ignorance is, I don't care. Ignorance is ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get away from it, because if you don't, it can kill you. It's like death. It can kill you.
Exactly. You're definitely right about that. You know, like I said, it could be your own family members and whatnot. You know, they'll like I said, they'll have you. They're in that ignorant mindset. Like I said, the black man is following the human mentality. The black woman is following the human mentality. That's why our people are acting like savages and animals and killing each other, because the humans are animals. And they do the same thing the white man was doing, killing each other. They was killing each other, doing the same thing. Our people are following the same thing. We didn't do that to each other at one point in time. It wasn't until we got around these people, and wasn't until we came in the hoods of America, following behind the Italians and the Irish and all them being gangsters and all that, we started following their mentality. We started wanting to be like them. We started wanting to sell dope like them. So we copying the human mentality. They came to us in that submental state because we didn't know who we were. We think we just like them, and we're not like them. That's why if you notice, when the black man, like I say, he's fascinated, the black man and black women, they fascinated by crime novels and murder novels and things like gangster stories, because if that's really you by nature, then you wouldn't be fascinated by that stuff. All people are fascinated by that stuff because that's not them. They're trying to live out that lifestyle and follow that lifestyle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
and they look up to that lifestyle because that's not them. You follow and you look up to something, you idolize something like that mafia thing and whatever. All people want to be into, calling themselves after Italian gangsters and stuff like that, because they looking up that because that's not who they are. Our people don't know who they are. That's why they acting out on that animal nature or that submental nature of the human. We think we part of the human race, and we don't know we higher. That's why we acting like we acting. That's why we don't care about each other. We acting like we got human mentality. You know.
Right. Brothers walking around wearing Cuban Scarface T-shirts, and they ain't got nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
And that just proves that's like walking around with ignorance right on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the submental.
Bob Marley, weed blunts and Bob Marley, weed blunts and all this, like, it's terrible, man. It's terrible.
That's the mentality right now. That's the mentality of the black race right now. They following out everybody else. People might say what I'm saying is racist, but it's really not, because that's a fact that the black man came up here from down south and from the West Indies or wherever, and we started following the ways of the Irish, the Italians, and the Jewish gangsters that was here. We started trying to be like them. You understand? That's not a slap at anybody. That's the truth. We started trying to follow the black woman, trying to follow the white woman, perming her head, trying to act like her, trying to talk like her. So what you're seeing is our people following the degenerate behavior of these people. That's why it's playing out the way it's playing out. Then they turn around and say our people are acting, we acting like animals. We're not acting human. Well, last time I checked, your humans act like animals. Yeah, humans are the ones going around here serial killing and murdering people and throwing people in ditches and whatnot. Now you got black serial killers.
Yep.
Got you. Like I said, your black man ain't no different than the white man right now. He no different than the Klan. He killing black men too. Like I said, all is missing now is the damn nooses and the ropes.
Yeah, and they talk so much about the white man, but they doing exactly what the so-called white man against them want them to do. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
They doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So
the white man really, what the white man feel like even at certain jobs I've worked, like there's been guys like be at them jobs like getting high, and I always wonder like why, and the supervisors be knowing these black guys be high, and they want these guys messed up even when they working for them because they know if they get hurt, they ain't gonna be able to get paid from it. And then somebody like me, like if you're intelligent, that's what they respect. Like they respect intelligence. Like when you carry yourself seriously, they respect that. They do. But when you don't, they'll treat you as such, man. I've seen it. I've seen it even on these jobs. I've seen it, man. They fear intelligence, and that's what we need to be on is intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, the black man is copying the submental mentality, the ignorant of the low-class white man. That's what the black man is following. He's following the mentality, not the high-class ones, not the intelligent white men, but the low-class ones, the submental one. That's why they keep us mixing back and forth with this racism thing. So, But listen, brother, I got to go. I got 5 minutes left.
All right.
Thanks for calling in. Let me do
Well,
this question. All right. Take care. We got 6 minutes left. Let me answer these questions before we out of here. Why do black men really kill and disrespect each other? Why? Because they're following out a violent history in this society that was laid here when, and they were following it out. When you saw white men doing it, you saw, like I said, and the black man is like monkey see, monkey do. I'm going to just say it the way it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He saw the violence perpetuated on him by the white man. The white man perpetuating violence on other white men. So the black man, like I said, is like monkey see, monkey do. I'm not saying black men wasn't fighting each other back in Africa and things like that, but like I said, to be killing for things that are illogical, you had a lot of your ignorant submental black men back in Africa too that was doing certain things, but like I said, the Africans are not our people. All right? We're a different division of these people, though some of that bloodline came over here. You understand? And you see it in the hoods of America today, and they following out that mentality of your submental white people. They're not following the upper echelon white people. They're following the submental white people. The ones, like I said, the ones who had our people enslaved and you was living in cabins, y'all was mixing your seed just like how y'all lived down south amongst them. Y'all acting the same way. Y'all adopted that mentality. Like I said, y'all, you put your mindset on that submental way of thinking and you start acting out these negative ways. Like I said, it's no coincidence the black man want to be trying to call himself a black Italian, a black Chinese, a black this. Like I said, you're trying to be the black carbon copy versions of these other races of people who going around committing murders without no regard for life. You the same way now, black man. You become a remote control submental person in this society. You become pathetic in this society. You become a menace in this society because you're following behind the mentality of the first people who have been menaces here. All right? Do they see each other do black people see each other as a real threat? No, they don't. That's why y'all do what y'all do to each other. That's why you disrespect and kill each other with no regard for each other's life, because you don't see each other as a threat. So you don't feel the need to have any respect for one another. Right? You don't feel the need to have any respect for one another. That's why you disrespect each other like you do. You got more respect for the white man. You don't got respect for each other because he acts as your parent. He acts as your parent. He's been acting as your parent since slavery. He acts as your parent when you got to go to court. Like I said, you got to stand before him, and he got to tell you to pay your damn child support, right? Or he got to lock you up and put you in a cage when you acting like an animal in society. Whether he using a black man to do it, who working as a police officer or not, he got to put his penal system on you, and he has to discipline you like a child, right? So you look up to him. You got respect for him because he treats you like a parent and you act like a child, right? Does Willie Lynch have anything to do with this? Yeah, well, Willie Lynch, like I said, Willie Lynch is the people that's talking about Willie Lynch. Like I said, you living that Willie Lynch out in your everyday behavior, in the music you listen to, right? You living that out every day. Because, like I said, That's how you find power in disrespecting other black men. It makes you feel good to be able to disrespect or tear down another black man or kill another black man because, like I said, every time you do that, you're killing yourself. You hate yourself. You hate what you see. You understand? Or you don't feel, or you try to make sure you don't feel no connection to that because, like I said, you following out the same submental way of thinking that has been perpetuated here in this land. The black man, like I said, is like monkey see, monkey see, monkey do. Right? You're not thinking for yourself. You just following what's being put out. You just reacting. You're not thinking. You're not acting. You reacting off of what's being fed to you mentally. Right? When will this stop? Yeah. When the ignorant people erase one another. Because, as I said, ignorance always cancels itself out. When you black men kill each other up and there's just dead bodies in the street and you are no more, then an intelligent new black man will rise from amongst you and an intelligent new black woman. When you black women finish feeding that genocide, then that'll be the end. Right? All right, we're at the end of our broadcast. I am the intellectual Nuben ᴅɪsRᴇsᴘᴇᴄᴛ. This has been State of Mental Radio. Join us tomorrow at the Third Eye, channeling the soul of mind through the Third Eye Project in Brooklyn, New York, where I'll be speaking. Once again, check us out on Monday. We'll be broadcasting then. Good night.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, and then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities that we